What's up, party people? G5 Productions in the place to be. Superman First Class in the mix, and today we're talking about the P3D. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Super excited to share with you guys another product sent to me from Xvive, and I'm always happy about a new relationship with any manufacturers, and especially when they actually make good products, right? And I can tell you right now, from working with Xvive, they have been nothing but amazing for me. I've already been rocking out and continually using the U35, and that's a game changer in itself. But today we're going to explore the P3D. It is a dual Bluetooth device, and you can use this as a single, but you can stereo link them and get that real stereo. Otherwise, the single version is just mono sum, right? So we're going to go over what's in the box, talk a little bit about the specs, and then I'm going to show you guys a live demonstration on how to get these to play music through my non-Bluetooth mixer back there. Yep, let's get it. Let me first give shout out to Julie over at Xvive. It's spelled like July, but I just wanted to acknowledge that person to say thanks for working with me. Xvive have a theme of sending instructions on their boxes, so this one's no different with the P3D. Right out of the gate, we got the instructions, and then of course we got some Buy More Xvive pamphlet here, right? They got a lot of great stuff. You guys need to go to their website and check them out. And then you have the warranty card, right? So always register your product, so if you have a problem, you guys can get that taken care of within the warranty period. We have two charging devices here, USB type A to USB-C. You got some smelling salts here. Just kidding. And then we have the actual P3s. That is all the stuff that comes in the box. Before we set this up, I want to go over some of the physical characteristics. We have an XLR version. It's cool to jam this in the back of a speaker or one channel of a mixer, analog or digital, right? On the front here, you know, it's labeled as what it is, right? The P3. And we have a pairing button. We have a stereo link button right here. And in order to, before you press the stereo link button, you definitely got to turn it on. So this is the power switch. And you have one battery indicator and a light that indicates that the unit is actually turned on. So how do you know that if your battery getting weak? Well, it's going to start flashing. Always charge them to full charge before you go out and use. Don't assume that they are full charge right out of the box. When you use one device, it's going to be mono sum. If you use this in a dual version setup, then you're going to get all those sounds in a true stereo format. The other thing I didn't mention was the USB-C charging port is right here on the side. Use the included cable right here for that. I wouldn't take a chance on anything else. Make sure you use like a 5-volt charger. It'll give you up to 8 hours as long as you charge this for the 2 hours, which most of my events are within 6. And you could plug this in and then jam this into a battery bank or some kind of power source. That's a cool feature to be able to have. Let's go ahead and set this up with the MacBook, and I think it's probably about the same for PC users. All right, party people, we are going for it. Now, I don't know which one is which here, so I'm just going to first turn on this one right here, and you see that it is trying to pair to something, right? So what I'm going to do is go into my Bluetooth settings here. And right now you see the stuff that my MacBook is already paired to, but I don't see this device just yet, right? So I'm going into the settings. As you can see here, it's looking for nearby devices, and there's the P3 right there, if you guys can see that. So it thinks the P3 is some headphones. I wonder if I could change the icon. I don't know, but the first thing I'm going to do is connect to it. I have a solid light here now. Why? Because I am literally connected to the P3, and it says G5 P3L. Why? Because I had this connected before and I changed this to be my left side so I wouldn't be confused, and then this is my right side. So now I'm going to turn this one on and see if it's going to recognize the other P3 as well, or am I going to have to connect to it? So there's something headset. It's probably that, but let's connect to it and see what it is. Alright, so there's my G5 P3R. Although these are both connected, that does not mean you can jam this into one speaker and jam this into another speaker, and they're both going to work. Only one of these is going to work, and I think in my case, only the left side. We are going to do it visually by opening up a music source, and I'm going to play a random song here, and we're going to take these devices to the mixer to see which one is playing. I got channels 3 and channel 4 here I'm going to be testing out, and again we have the left and right transmitter. They are paired to my MacBook, but let's see which one actually produces music. Boom! So looks like not that one. this one in another channel, and looks like that one. If you got the dual version, maybe put a label that identifies which one that corresponds to your left or right, just so you're not confused. As you guys can see, by turning up this other channel here, it does not register because only one of these will be connected. So I'm just going to turn this one off for now and talk strictly about the mono version, right, which is still paired and we still got power on. So as you can see, we got metering. That means my music is playing, and I'm going to go on my MacBook now and simply pause it for a moment. And I'm going to play again. And there we go, back with the music. Now, the reason I told you guys that this is mono sum, because one, the instruction says so, and you can pan this, right? But here's the deal. The music will sound the exact same on the left speaker as it does on your right speaker. So when you guys are using this in a mono sum mode, just make sure any panning on your mixer is set to the middle, so it comes out of both speakers. Also, I want to just make a little note in case you haven't noticed it, how slim these are, where you can just put them in a mixer channel and they fit really good side by side and with a slight space between them, right? Not a whole lot, but you don't have to do anything extra. The U35s, for example, I think I would have to have an adapter to get one of them higher than the other one to jam it in there, or just use cables and then hook two short cables to the U35s in that case. But this right here, really slick, it fits and no extra space needed, so I could still plug in other stuff right next to them with no problems. So all the physical stuff works out really great. Now let's go in and talk about how to stereo link these bad boys. So meanwhile, back at the Mac, you guys can see we're still connected to both of our devices. Music is still playing and they're both still on and connected. In order to get these two to stereo link though, right, because they are not, we already identified that it's really only playing through one of these at the moment. But to get it to play through both, here's what I'm going to do, right? I'm going to turn both of these off, turn it on, and as soon as it starts the pairing deal, press and hold both of the stereo link buttons. I don't know which one's going to be the primary or the secondary, honestly, but I pressed and hold it for about some seconds. 3 seconds is what they say in the instructions. And once these turn solid green, they are stereo linked. It made the left side the primary, so I went ahead and labeled them and hope I labeled them correctly. So I went and cut this little label out right here from my label maker. And this is just me being me, y'all. Don't trip. So first thing first is we're gonna plug in the left side where it says iPad left, and I'm gonna plug in the right side where it says iPad right. And notice my metering even got a little bit more significant. So let's talk about that for a brief moment. So first, we're gonna identify the left side is good to go in both channels. The right side is also good to go in both channels. So if you guys are doing a stereo link thing, here's what you need to do. Pan your left side to the left, pan your right side to the right. Because otherwise it would be like you have two mono sums going into both speakers and you wouldn't really get the stereo sounds. How do we know which one is the primary? And on my MacBook, the left side was listed as the primary. This pan to the left, this pan to the right. So let's see what happens when we cut off the left side only. Boom. So as you can see, we lost the metering. This one is still turned on, but it's looking for a link. That's why the green light is blinking, okay? So does it relink if you turn it on? Well, let's see what happens. That is starting to pair. I'm gonna press and hold this green button here. So they're both blinking, and my thing to find out is, will they relink? And here's the answer to your question, guys, right? So this could be a tricky situation for you. If these pairing lights are not blinking, they're looking to link, but they can't link when it's outside of pairing mode, okay? So here's how we handle it, okay? Just like we handled it before. I'm gonna turn both of these off. As soon as it goes into pairing mode, I'm just gonna press and hold these green buttons right here for about 3 seconds until they start blinking, and let them go through their wondrous, hey, are you talking? Are you talking? I don't know, are we talking? And see what they do, right? So as you can see, they both went into that infinite trying to link mode thing. So let's do it one more time. And if it doesn't do it, I'm going to show you what to do next. Here we go. So We're in pairing mode right there. Press and hold the link buttons and see what they do. Now, given that I was already paired to these devices, this thing is pairing so fast that these don't even really get a proper chance to link. So I'm going to show you guys what to do, because you can see that one of them went green and the other one was still blinking, and they're just going to keep doing that. So here's how you handle it, okay? Don't call Xvive and be like, I want my money back. It's simple. Turn off Bluetooth. Boom. These are in pairing mode, right? Let's press and hold these and see if they are both going to have an opportunity to link. If the answer is no, then it's quite simple. Turn the devices off, turn them back on with no Bluetooth turned on your devices, and there's that. Now, they are linked, but now we have to send Bluetooth from the Mac to the devices. So once we turn it on, it's going to want to connect to the primary. Let's see if I can connect to the right, just for GP. So it looks like it's not trying to hear that, so let's connect to the left side. There it is. So by connecting to the left side here, the left side is linked to the right side, and so we are now able to stick this right back into the mixer and start getting some audio. So again, let's go ahead and put the one I labeled left. It don't really matter if you mix them up or whatever. Just know that if you're panning and you wonder why you're hearing it out the other speaker, well, probably because that's why I just panned the other way. We're gonna play some music, and as you can see, here's my left side volume turned down. Left channel went down there. Here's my right side volume went down. There's no metering there, and everything's patterned accordingly, right? So that's how you do it. Yep. Okay, party people, so in a nutshell, if you're looking to use this as a single device, right, one channel because you just ran out of channels in your mixer, or you got one speaker, well, use one or the other, doesn't matter, right? That's just me labeling how I named it in the Bluetooth settings. But I'm going to turn this on, only this one, so this one's turned off, right, just so you can see it. And I'm going to turn on my Bluetooth settings on the Mac, and I'm going to look for my devices. Now I know this is the right side because I labeled it that way, so let's click on the left side on purpose and see what happens. It's probably not going to connect because that one is this device and it's turned off. So if you guys run into that and you're like, that's why I label, because I'm like, oh, which one am I using? But if you didn't label yours and you got both, just try one. If that don't work, try the other. So the right side is paired. This is ready to go into my mixer, and all I have to do is pan it up the middle and it's good. If I'm going into a speaker, then no need to pan, just stick it in the speaker and get your volume or your gain button accordingly, and Bluetooth away. If you want to do the stereo link thing, then here's how I'm going to do that, the quick version, right? I'm turning off Bluetooth, totally starting from scratch. Nothing on up there. Turn these on, press and hold both of your devices stereo link buttons until they start to blink, and just wait until they turn solid. Easy peasy. And if it doesn't work out, turn them off, turn them back on. They're in pairing mode. Press and hold your buttons to see if they will link. Sometimes you got to do that. Sometimes you got to do a do-over or a restart or whatever, right? And there they go, linked. So all you have to do now is pair them to your device. Boom. And I think the primary in this case is the left. It just kind of went there on its own in this case. But there it is, party people. So we are ready for action. Yep. So what are my honest thoughts right here, ladies and gentlemen? These right here will definitely be more capability in my toolkit. Just because I have different mixers and QSC speakers that does not have Bluetooth, and sometimes my speakers, for example, have 3 channels on them where I could plug a mic in one channel, Bluetooth music into another channel, and I never even have to walk to that speaker to touch it. I could just pause the music, and if anybody want to talk on a mic, they could just hit a switch, say what they got to say, turn the switch off, and I can unpause the music and keep the party going, all while eating a salad at the dinner table. So it's all good with this kind of capability. Now, I've tested these out in the field at a real live event. So if you guys want to see how they do at a stadium of all places, just go down in the link in the description below and check out that video. And that's it. So thank you to Xvive for sending me the P3D. I think it's a game changer, and I definitely recommend it to the DJ community looking for Bluetooth solutions. I'm Gerald with G5 Productions, DJ Sound and Lighting. And to learn more about what we do, visit www.g5productions.com. Don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment if you have a question or just want to say something. And of course, to keep up with new videos, go ahead and rock that bell. Peace.